Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening,
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
good evening,
Waalaikumsalam
everyone.
warahmatullah.
We already have our presenter tonight, Mr. Ozzy, and also the moderator, Miss Aisyah. And I think nobody's a new participant. Miss Aisyah, you can take the stage, please. Miss Aisyah, can you hear me? Sorry. Hello? Miss Aisyah? Check.
Oh,
Yeah.
good evening, Mr. Dennis.
Please, you may lead the session.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can open my camera.
No problem.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome again to our speaking practice Zoom, and hopefully everyone is healthy and safe. So I'm gonna read our rundown tonight, and also I'm gonna introduce to you guys our presenter tonight. So now I share the CV, the presenter CV, or what, Mr. Dennis?
Yes.
Okay. So before we get started, I'm gonna share the our presenter CV, and I'm also gonna read it. Is there any problem with my screen, or everything is all right?
It's okay. It's okay.
So Mr. Fachrurrazie, or Mr. Ozzy, is an assistant professor, and his current research is comparative study integrated IoT sensor pH, TDS, and DO with laboratory instrument. And the second is penentuan kondisi optimum koagulan polyaluminium klorida metode jar test berdasarkan penurunan konsentrasi total suspended solid or TSS air limbah menggunakan response surface method. And the third current research is storage modeling standard CR solution based on comparison of time regression value with UV spectrophotometry. And then the last is pendekatan secara in silico senyawa inhibitor AC2 dari senyawan ekstrak asparagus sebagai kandidat obat SARS-CoV-2. And his education for the education is he has already received his bachelor degree from IPB University in chemistry from in 2012, and then he has also received his master degree also in chemistry from in University of Indonesia. And and without any further ado, please, Mr. Ozzy, you may deliver your presentation now.
Well, thank you, Miss Aisyah Nabila, for moderating my presentation tonight, and also to Mr. Dennis and Miss Alfira also for encouraging us to collaborate as education in English speaking tonight in a Zoom room. I am very honorable to my friend, especially Mr. Dennis, for allowing us to use his Zoom room tonight. Well, without further more talks about myself, I will continue to my presentation. Especially for tonight topics, it is, if I'm not mistaken, it is about how to create a drug and develop it until we approve it. It's just like that. Nothing less, nothing more, I think. For basic drug discovery and development, we will see that. But before further talking, am I audible and visible right now?
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you very much. I will continue. As we know that a very numerous compounds in our world, it is so very big database for today's, which is there is only maybe 1 or 2 or 3 the drug for our bodies. As we can see from these diagrams, there is about 5,000 until 20,000 drug compound can be tested before it's going to the next stage as a preclinical research, and then we only choose 5 of them to continue until its clinical research, and only about 1 to be an approved drug. Then how we can be use a computational power to improve our drug discoveries. Okay, as we can say that as a pharmaceuticals company, we need income. So we need to target the disease and then choose a drug target and identify it by using any mere tools like a bioassay. If you can say that bioassay is a test used to determine biological activity, such as lethal dose or anti-cancer or anti-diabetes, like that. For first, we need to find a lead compound. As we know that the lead compound is a structure that has some activity against the chosen target. For example, like that, the anti-diabetes choose how to attack the pancreatic cells. So the pancreatic cells, it can be slowed down and gets the insulin come out again. If not known, determine the structure of the lead compound, then we can do another things with it, such as synthesize it, or using identify structure activity relationships like a source, or synthesize the analogs of the lead using the natural compounds. So it is important to pharmaceuticals company to identify the pharmacophore. The pharmacophore is a structural features directly responsible for activity itself. It is for optimizing the structure and to improve interaction with the target molecule, such as enzyme or the hormone. Or we can use the in vivo, such as using the animals for using the bioactivity. For instance, we can use this model for research the pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics of the drug. But the invention of the patent drug is only taken by some such as small companies in this world, such as we know that for the COVID-19 exposure in 2019, there is only at least under 11 pharmaceutical company have that patent. So as a strong bodies to compete their powers as a scientist or maybe a chemist. We need to going to encourage others to compete with the pharmaceutical company. But it's hard. I know it's hard because they have a good manufacturing process. They can carry out the clinical trials with so many fund behind back up their trials, and they can manipulate the market of the drug itself. So it's all about the money in the end. Using the disease like in the picture, and the history also encourage them to treat the disease by the US government, especially as we know the WHO and the United Nations. And also and then how to identify a drug target. So the first we need to specific macromolecule. For instance, that in the COVID or the SARS-CoV-2 disease, we have a specific macromolecule. There is two types. First, from the virus itself, or from our biological system. Especially if you can say that the SARS-CoV-2 attacked our ACE2 protein in our lung or in our respiratory system. And then we choose the database that contain the drug will interact foremost with it. Sometimes it can happen through incidental observation, of course. And then we say that the drug itself as a ligand, and the protein is a target protein. Okay, and then we need to map the human genome. It should help a lot because there is sometimes we need to create the connection between the protein and then the mechanism itself in our bodies, so that the medicine cannot be too much toxic if we use it for a clinical trial. Okay, maybe this is, we can pause. Okay. For instance, we can choose the ligand also similarity to a natural ligands. For example, there's a 5-hydroxytryptamine to neurotransmitter and somatropin. Yeah, there's a so common structure. We can draw it like this. There is a common structure, and then we can change the side chain. For example, this OH chain with this sulfonamide chain. So there is some connection between the that's a natural ligand and the synthesized one. Well, the computer-assisted drug design, we can say that bioinformatics for today much more common. It is one known precise molecular structure of the target, especially as I said before, the enzyme or any receptor. We can use a computer, much more fast computer, to predict it, how it interact each others. So there is the drawbacks between it. Most commercially available programs are very expensive and then do not allow conformational movement in the target. So the lesion is being a fixed or cannot move such as in the real world. So the most programs are inaccurate sometimes. So, but there is another method such as structure activity relationship, but I know but I'm not present it in the details for tonight, but this is the molecules that interact with the enzyme. There is in these two-dimensional diagrams, it is said that the phenylalanine 174 is have any interaction with these molecules. So we can say that there is a susceptibility to the drugs or the ligands with the proteins. Okay, so how it works? For the first, as we said before, the ligand in the database is docked one by one with the our proteins. It is we can get it from another research or researcher that is uploaded in the PDB or protein data banks, and then we use the computer program to docking in its docking position, and then we got the binding affinities. It is said that how it spontaneously react with the proteins. So if the binding affinities it is so negative, it we can say that the protein will be spontaneously react with the ligand or the drug. Okay, I have some example in here presentation. The NHCHR is some protein in our bodies to create to implicate some disease such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson. It is also the mediates about the nicotine addiction. So how to decrease the effect of the Alzheimer and Parkinson, or we can research about how and where the nicotine addiction take a place in this protein. This is the protein. This is the structure of NACHR, the ligand binding domain. This is up above about 10 beta strands forming a sandwich. And then here we can target the, we can say that it is a binding position. So in this paper, we use nicotine in this protein. We target the active site of the protein. And then we also use another ligand to inhibit its, such as carbamycolin and HAPIS. So we can reduce the addiction of the nicotine by maybe we use carbamycolin or HAPIS ligand. How we know that? We use a computer program to simulate it in our computer. It is create RMSD, or it's the position between the ligand and the binding pocket. So if the RMSD stays stable for almost 80,000 or 10,000 times in picosecond, we can say that this research can be a lead to positive impact. This is how the it react. It is get in the binding pocket inside of the protein. It is top of the protein, top view, and this front view of the protein. We can say that this yellow is the same with this, and the blue one is the same with this. Let we draw it. So this is one is the same with A strand of the protein, and the B one is also the same. So this is the binding pocket. This is around here. Okay, this is the nicotine binding position. It's create interaction with leucine 515 and also methionine 527. Okay, and also have a strong bonding between cysteine 395 and also tryptophan 350. So that's the how we can doing a computational drug design. Well, I will share some of my works also with it. So here it is. This is my research about SARS-CoV. Is this visible for you all?
Yes.
Yep. It is my protein ACE2. As we can see that there is interaction with one of my ligand, and this is the 2-dimension diagram. It's also show that there is unfavorable acceptor interaction with alanine 3A6, but it is have a p cation and p anion interaction with arginine and glutamine. Okay, so I think that's enough. It is okay if I can say that it is my end of my presentation, Miss Aisyah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ozzy, for the great
Thank
presentation.
Thank you.
And sorry for you guys, I forgot to read the rundown. So my bet I'm gonna read it for our next agenda is the Q&A session until 8:25 p.m. and then first breakout room for 15 minutes and also second breakout room for 15 minutes, and the last but not least is taking pictures together. So if you guys have any question or curious about something that related to the presentation, you can raise your hand or type your question in the chat box if you have any problem with your microphone. Okay, Miss Elita, you may ask your question now.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Fachrurrazie, for such a very wonderful presentation. I want to ask you how many percentage about the efficiency of doing this in silico programming to build drug design, and is this still we have to still use in vitro or in silico research to make the in silico programming is relevant, because we know when we do some research about medicine, the interaction in the molecule in the body is different between in the computer and then in the glass jar in the laboratory, and then in the animal trial, and then it even may be different action in the human trial. So how many percentage of efficiency for doing this kind of in silico targeting drug design? Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Miss Aisyah,
You
can
made it correctly, Mr. Ozzy.
may I answer the question, or maybe we can?
Yeah, you can ask you can answer first, Mr. Ozzy.
Okay. Thank you for great question, Miss Elita Sari. Well, how many percentage of the accuracy maybe about this technique? I think it is what you ask. Okay. But eventually this process is not about how accurate it is, but it's for the first stage of the screening before we go to the next stage of the trials. And it's also need to create some much more details about the drug itself, such as maybe we can say that the log P index, and then how it can be absorbed with the bodies, and how it's interact with the toxicity itself. So we can say that the Lipinski rule of 5 before we doing these works. And then we need to still have a clinical trials, such as in vivo trials. And then we use the next stage until it's approved by the bodies, which is have to approve a drugs it is good or not. I hope it will answer your question.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fachrurrazie. So this is just like a kind of first stage, like screening stage.
Yep.
Molecule. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. First, because as we know that the screening itself also taken a lot of research, a lot of works, and then we as we know that need to preserve our worlds, because if we use very big chemicals before we can say that to make sure that this is a good or not, we will be run out of the research itself. I think it is the point of view of this what we need to do in silico step before we doing the much more bigger step after that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fachrurrazie.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay. Second, Mr. G, you may ask your question now.
Okay, thank you, Miss Aisyah. I believe I'm a bit late, so I don't very know what your presentation is. I'm sorry, Mr. Rosie. But what I want to ask is about is this you present is how to something about making drugs, yes. So
Hmm.
if it is making make the making of drug more easier, more faster, because as what I know about making drug, we cannot produce it uh, fast enough into the what is called safe for human use. So if there is something like COVID, like new variant, how how fast we can produce it, and how can this method make it easier to make new drugs or new kind of disease until it's safe for human.
Okay. Okay, Miss Aisyah. How may I answer it? Or maybe we
Just
can.
answer it, Mr. Fachrurrazie.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. G. Of course, it's okay if you're late, but I think you got the essential
Sir.
of my presentation. Um. So, how it can be fast or not about how we can extract the database in the ligands. It is how you can predict the target molecule itself. So if we can say that the SARS-CoV-2 or the COVID-19, it is a very essential mechanism between the human bodies and the virus itself. We can say that only specific proteins that react with that with that virus in the lung cells, such as ACE2. Okay, and then we can target that protein, so we can reduce much more of a lot of works before doing a clinical trials, such as in vivo or in vitro, just like that. For a raw calculation, we said that we can reduce the candidate of the ligand between 2,000 molecules and upward to only maybe 30 or maybe 5 molecules. So we can really reduce it, really save much more resource in that stage. Hope that answer your question.
Thank you for your answer, sir.
You're welcome, Mr. G.
Okay, and the last, Miss Elvira, time is yours. Please ask your question now.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Aisyah, and thank you, Mr. Fachrurrazie, for the wonderful presentation. I want to ask you, but I want to make a statement in the beginning. I don't have a background in this chemistry or medicine, but can you hear my voice clearly?
Pardon?
Yeah. Can you explain in a simple way how to combine disease with the protein-based medicine? Yeah, how to match a pairing about the disease and the drug. Because yeah, I saw some term like docking and ligament. It's related to docking and ligament or no? Yeah, because yeah, it's not easy for me to make a they have a DNA like the protein, and they have a disease, and you pairing the disease with the drug, yeah. But how the simple way you doing that? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ozzy.
Okay, how we can say it in simple way? I think it's tough enough. Maybe we can say some other screen. Wait a minute. So I use this software, Miss Alvira. This is an Autodoc tools. And then you input the protein. It is IR42. It is I got from PDB databank, and then I changed it to PDB-QT format. And then you uploaded the ligand. You can draw it with the ChemDraw or similar software, and then you choose the grid box. Grid box is such a box, imaginary box, which is can be aligned with the target area of the macro proteins, and then we can save it with a grid box, and then we run the docking procedure, and we will get the output ligands, which is we can analyze furthermore with another software such as Discovery Studio, PyMol, or with this Autodoc tools for display or showing the interaction between the ligands and the macromolecules. Maybe that's such a simple, I can say that.
You said it is about the disease or about the drug? You explain.
Pardon?
Sorry. It is about the disease you simulate or about the drug you created?
So the disease itself, you need to target it first, and the drug itself, you need to study of the biochemistry reaction inside the body to inhibit or protect the bodies from that disease. Just like that, Miss Elvira. Hope it will answer your question.
Yeah.
Pardon? Your question.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Okay.
Mr. Ozzy, for the explanation.
You're welcome. I give the time to Miss Aisyah.
Okay, Mr. Ozzy, thank you for such a insightful answers, and also thank you for those people who already asked the questions. So now we are moving to the first breakout room session, and Mr. Dennis.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss. Thank you very much, Miss. First, Ozzy, for the wonderful presentation. Before we move to the breakout room session, we're gonna take a group picture first. If you still want to ask to Mr. Ozzy, you can also be in the breakout room more. Okay, you can turn your camera on, please. Or you can turn your avatar, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna count into 5 seconds. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let me take a picture now. There you go. Okay. So now I'm gonna put you all into the breakout room. But before going to the breakout room, just wondering, Miss Nat, are you Miss or Mr. Nat? Are you new in this session? Miss Nat or Mr. Nat? Are you new in this speaking practice group session?
No, it's not my first time.
Oh, it's not your first time. Thank you. I
Yeah.
just wanna reconfirm about that. But I believe Mr. Sobirin Nur Imam, this is the first time for you, isn't it? Mr. Sobirin?
Yes, sir. In this section is my first time.
Would you mind introducing yourself and why are you interested to join this topic? Would you mind introduce yourself first? Please.
Okay, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Sabirin, and I'm from Starters program that sorry, I'm not.
The next question is, how do you know this program from?
Oh, sorry, sir. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, how do you know this program from? How do you get the information from?
Oh, yeah. I received the information from Mr. Dennis.
Yeah, thank you. I asked, but I answered by myself. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sabirin. Welcome to
Okay.
speaking practice session. After this, I'm gonna put you all into the breakout room. You can talk about the topics that Mr. Ozzy is talking tonight, or you can talk about everything, and you'll have about 15 minutes in that breakout room. So since we have 22 participants, let's go by 12 breakout rooms. Okay. Yeah. Just a moment. Okay. Some of you will be with 2 people and some of you will be with 3 people. I open all rooms and it begins now. Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Let me put you all into breakout room for 15 minutes and it begins now.
Oh no, we haven't finished talking.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the second breakout room, but because some of you were with the 3 and 2 people, so I'm gonna recall names again. So tell me if you're already with the same people.
Okay.
In room 1, Miss Madam Malona, I believe, will be with Miss Nat. Miss Elvira Nurfadila will be with Mr. Azam. Mr. Ozzy will be with ZNS. Miss Alia will be with Mr. Mad. Mr. Acep will be with Mr. Nabil. Miss Haura will be with Mr. Kaifa. Miss Elita will be with Miss Awantina. Mr. Zainal will be with Mr. Riza. And Mr. Herdi will be with Miss Aisyah. Anybody has the same partner?
I think a new participant joining in this.
So
Okay.
open the room now.
It's okay.
And it begins 15 minutes from now.
I thought is
Mr. Hardy already or not yet?
Already,
yes.
already.
Already in the breakout room before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will put Mr. Hardy to room. Mr. Hardy with Miss Kia already or not yet?
With whom?
Kia.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I will put you with Miss Kia, yeah, in room
Okay.
10, and Mr. Torik and Miss Aisyah already? Okay. What's happening?
Mr. Azam, I think is not there. So I don't have a
Azam, are you
partner.
there? Okay,
No,
I'll put you
no answer.
together with Mr. Ozzy and Miss Zia.
Okay,
in room
okay.
3. Okay, welcome back.
But I'm is literally just chilling.
Okay, so before we choose the new moderator, as usual, we're gonna give chance for the speaker to say the last words of the presentation. Please, Mr. Ozzy.
Well, thank you again for Mr. Dennis and also Miss Elvira for encouraging people to use some of your resources, especially this Zoom room, to improve our English skills. It is also important for us to elevate ourselves to study abroad. I think we also encouraging this group peoples to improve our skills in every single skill that we need to. Not also what we think it is important, but also that we love to do it. I think that's my enough talking today. I hope this my talk it is encouraging you about how to use the computer as for a good reason. That's enough. Thank you, Mr. Dennis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ozzy.
Everyone.
Okay, and thank you very much for being the presenter tonight. Now, let's move on to the session where we need to choose the next speaker. Does anybody want to be the speaker? You can just turn your microphone on if you want to be the speaker. Because I think everyone's here already joined more than one time. Okay. Let me just ask. Mr. Riza, this is not the first time for you. Do you want to give some, do you want to share something probably, Mr. Riza? Mr. Riza Fahri, can you hear me? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Sorry?
What I must share it.
I was asking, do you want to be presenter for next week? You can present anything you want if you are willing to.
I'm sorry, Mr. Can maybe next participant?
Okay, sure then.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Riza. Okay. How about Miss Aisyah? Miss Aisyah already become the moderator twice. Do you want to be the presenter for next week, Miss Aisyah?
I might skip it because I have a broker with my organization and I'm still overwhelmed with it.
No worries.
Sorry, Mr. Deng.
Okay. Anyone wants to be the speaker then? Miss Kia? How about Miss Kia? Do you want to be the speaker, Miss Kia?
Nonton me.
Okay. Miss Pawantina, Miss Elita nominated. I know that, but this is not the first time again, Miss Pawantina. I'm just asking. Do you want to share anything, Miss Valentina?
Okay, let me try.
Yay! Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Miss
And I will
Valentina.
request my moderator will be Bailita then.
What a great shot then. So Miss Alita should say yes, because would you
Yes,
mind with
she
that, Miss
was.
Alita?
Okay.
Great. Okay. So next week, inshallah, the speaker will be Miss Valentina and the moderator will be Miss Alita. And if you can turn your avatar on or your camera on again. Again, I'm sorry that I do not turn my camera on because my son sleeps next to me and the light is off now. So I'm so sorry that I use my avatar. If you can turn your camera or turn avatar at least. Let me take a good picture, yeah. 3, 2, and 1. All right, everyone. See you next week with Miss Valentina as the speaker and Miss Alita as the moderator. Have a great night. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
y'all.
Thank you so
Yes, sir.
much.